Are you thinking about moving to Jersey City, New Jersey? Well, in this video, we're going to be talking about the cost of living in Jersey City. This town has a lot to offer, and we're going to really go over everything that comes with it in terms of the financial toll that you'll be taking. So this could be a good thing or bad thing depending on kind of what you spend your money on a monthly basis. But towards the end, we're gonna go in depth detail on our computer, really go over what you need to know to the cent. So let's get after it right now. Hey, if you're new to the channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Jersey City and the surrounding area, hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you're the first to know about the current market in Jersey City. This is Seth with the Living in North New Jersey channel, and we get calls, emails, messages every day from people just like you looking to make a move to Jersey City and the surrounding area, and we absolutely love it. So whether it's 1 day later or 100 days later, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We'd be happy to help you make that smooth move to North New Jersey. So as we mentioned, we're going to be talking about the cost of living in Jersey City, and I want to really help you guys understand what it's like to live here, how much you'll be spending on rent or mortgage, you know, what it's like to spend on transportation, utilities, even gas or all other things that you spend on a monthly basis. And it's really important to know what this city has to offer in terms of the cost related to it. So as you might know, Jersey City is right across the Hudson River from Manhattan, and a lot of people move to Jersey City for a few different reasons. One, you might really like the adventurous lifestyle it has to offer with the awesome amenities, recreational areas, restaurants, shops, and the urban lifestyle it comes with it. And a lot of people just tend to really prefer Jersey City instead of Manhattan. And if you do work in New York City, this might be a life hack, as a lot of people like to call it, because everything is much cheaper in comparison to New York City, and the transportation is very similar to getting to the city as well. So let's dive deep into Jersey City and get started with probably our top costs related to anybody's monthly bill, and that's going to be housing. So housing is definitely more expensive to most other states in the US, and it comes to right about between $1,800 and $2,500 on average to rent in Jersey City. But if you are able to buy, that might be a better option, as since buying is always the better option 95% of the time if you're able to do that. And really any kind of condo, especially closer to the waterfront towards Hudson River, could range from anywhere from $500,000 to $600,000 and up. It could definitely go cheaper if you go into other sections of Jersey City, but it's really going to depend on the area as well. If you are looking for a single family home, that could range anywhere from $600,000 to $800,000 to above. Really, you have the most luxury apartments and single family homes in Jersey City, as well as the not so good ones in Jersey City as well. So according to some recent data, you can really get a studio apartment and rent it for around $1,800 to $2,500 in Jersey City, depending on the location. And a one bedroom could really go anywhere from $2,500 to $3,500, and this is more so closer to the waterfront. This could really vary, but on average 2 to 3 bedroom is in that price range. If you can, buying could be a better option, as you'll be growing an asset and really be able to take some part of equity when you're buying a home. And a home could be anywhere from $500,000 to $600,000 on the low end in Jersey City, and that could be a single family or condo. Single families tend to be a bit more expensive, starting from more so around $600,000 to $650,000. But obviously, a lot of this is going to depend on the age of the property, the square footage, the location, which is probably one of the top factors in what pricing kind of determines. And if you kind of have any questions regarding that, we'd be happy to help with that as well. But generally speaking, if you are going to get closer to the waterfront area, closer to the transportation like ferry path, things like that, well, you're going to be paying a price tag that comes along with it for convenience. Alright, so once you found your ideal living space, it's important to move on and kind of talk about utilities and transportation. So in terms of utilities, this is going to really vary depending on how many people you are and kind of your preference as to how much of the energy that you're using. But on average, for cooling, water, heat, electricity, from 1 to 2 people, it could be anywhere from $150 to $200 a month in Jersey City. And like I said, this is going to completely depend on the family size or the person count size in the household. And it might be a good idea to maybe check out the home beforehand and really see how energy efficient it is in terms of insulation and things like that. When it comes to transportation, Jersey City has one of the best kind of transportations that are available to the public. And the main use of transportation for a lot of people tend to be the path or the train. And if you want to kind of get one of those passes, like unlimited rides, that could be about $100 a month. And a lot of people prefer to use that, unlimited amount of times, as well as getting around the city in Jersey City, as well as going to New York City and back. So that's probably the most budget-friendly option for you for transportation, using the path or train. And if you want to be a little more on the luxury side, maybe a ferry could be your best friend, as ferry is the fastest option available at a little more expensive rates. A ferry could get to the city from the waterfront in just about 7 or 8 minutes. So if that's something that you are open to doing, 100% could be a great option for you. And one more thing, Jersey City is well known for being a bike-friendly city. So if you are a person that likes to bike or has a bike, biking around the city could be a great option, as there are several different bike lanes in most streets in Jersey City. So that could be something of good use. Get your exercise in maybe, and also, save some money on transportation. Alright, so now you got your housing figured out, your utilities and transportation. Let's talk about everybody's favorite topic, including mine, food. So food and dining is a huge kind of part into the budget as well. So I think it makes sense to fully talk about that. Food in Jersey City is absolutely amazing because there's so many different cultures that you can choose from, so many amazing local restaurants that you can go to and eat at. But if you are about 2 people going to a restaurant, it could be anywhere from 40 to 80 bucks really to have a dinner or maybe a good lunch in Jersey City. As the waterfront area, which is the downtown, is a bit more expensive. The downtown area is usually like that. But if you are maybe, instead of just eating in for the week or for each day, or for the most part, that could be anywhere from 100 to 150 bucks for a small family of 4, I would say, on average. So that could be about $400 to $600 a month, which is very typical. I wouldn't say that's expensive. I think that's very common in New Jersey. But if you are coming from a different state and it's much cheaper, let me know, because I like to know how much you're paying for your groceries on a weekly or monthly basis. And there's really a lot of different kind of grocery shops to choose from. We have large franchises here, as well as specialty markets that are smaller and more local friendly, more kind of specializing in specific cultures, things like that. So Jersey City is really easy to do grocery shopping, and it's not that expensive either. Alright, so housing, utilities, transportation, and food. Those are probably the most important things to take consideration of. But let's talk about a few more things that might be important to consider, as there are different costs obviously involved in our lives. And this could be just entertainment, costs that just come up out of nowhere, or something that you purchase here and there just to keep in mind. Jersey City has a lot of different recreational activities to offer, and this could be the museums, historical landmarks, amazing parks like the Liberty State Park that we visit in our full vlog tour. So check that out if you get a chance, and many other things like general activities that are awesome and really fun to do, like going to the movies, bowling, having a fun night out with friends, and things like that. So keep these into consideration as well. A lot of these are free, like recreational parks, but obviously you're going to be spending some money outside of those as well, most likely, and just keep that into consideration. But the main costs are the 4 sections that we talked about: housing, utilities, transportation, and food. And outside of that, it's going to be more so the minor costs that obviously relates to the city. Alright, so there you have it. Really, to kind of wrap everything up, we talked about what the housing is like and the other things that come along with the living costs of Jersey City. It's really important to really consider what part of Jersey City you want to live in. So that's probably going to be one of the top things that's going to really affect your pricing in your housing. Alright, now let's jump onto our computer and take a look at the granular details of what is entailed in the cost of living in Jersey City. Let's really get a good look at some of the prices on a day-to-day basis kind of thing. So let's check it out. Alright, so as we can see here, we can really get a good idea of the different things that is very, very important to most people, including your housing, as we spoke about, your rent, energy, phone bill, gas. So this is kind of what it looks like in Jersey City. So overall, Jersey City has a 26% more cost of living than any other part of the US. Housing is 74% higher, utilities 10%, groceries 4%, and transportation is about 10% higher in comparison to other states in the US. This is most likely for a small family of 3 or 4, maybe even 5, considering the phone bill is $209, and the energy bill is also a bit up there as well. And let's move on to a couple other things with like food and grocery. A loaf of bread is about $4, gallon of milk about 2.5, carton of eggs $2.34, bunch of bananas $3.50, hamburger $5.34. $5.34 is probably not at McDonald's, probably at a better restaurant with nicer burgers, just FYI. This is what the healthcare kind of looks like, with a doctor's visit, dentist visit, optometrist visit, some pharmacy, average drug, which I don't know if that would be important to you, but we have that statistic here as well. And then an average veterinary visit is about $65. So these are other cities that are similar to Jersey City's cost of living. But there we have it. I mean, this is all the kind of cost of living that you probably need to know for the most part. And tell me what you think in the comments below. How does this compare to where you live right now? If you're in another part of New Jersey, is it about the same? If you're out of state and you're coming from a different state, what does that compare to? Is yours higher? Is yours much lower than the cost of living here in Jersey City? Tell us down below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, now to wrap it up, we went over the cost of living in Jersey City. We went over the major costs most people have in their monthly bill, from housing, utilities, transportation, food, dining, and more. And although Jersey City has a higher cost than most other cities in other parts of the US, it comes with its pros, like the amenities it has to offer, the scenery, and just the awesome diverse lifestyle it has to offer with the restaurants, cafes, things like that, which really makes it an attractive city to live in, especially because of the transportation to New York City. So at the end of the day, it's your call to make regarding if it makes sense to move to Jersey City or not. Or maybe you prefer Hoboken, which is a very similar town, a little smaller, more densely populated, but a little different of an atmosphere as well that you might enjoy. If you haven't watched your Hoboken video, check that video out as well. If you liked this video, or if it gave you any kind of insight or value, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel for more about living in North Jersey. Really happy to help you if you want to kind of reach out and ask any questions about the housing and just real estate, or any kind of New Jersey question. All of our information is in the description below. And thank you for watching once again, and I'll see you guys on the next one.